Hello guys, this is Natalia. Welcome to session 7. Can you hear me? Very nice. So today is, guys, I'm sorry you're gonna be guinea pigs for me. It's time in our life when I feel that Android Studio and commands should be now broadcasted live because of the necessity of such a thing. So congratulations, you're gonna be the first group, the first program that are facing me and my Android Studio live. So congratulations to you guys. Of course, I do not expect any difficulties or any setbacks, but sometimes it happens. We are recording, and let's just see how it's gonna go. I'm doing this in class all the time, so to me it's kind of a very, very familiar procedure. But online, this is my first time with audience of such so many people. I am gonna show that. So let's just start. I started recording, so everything looks like it's set. I'm just gonna minimize the control panel in here, and of course to just get our computers prepared and our system prepared. And I know you guys were very excited, doing things that I didn't ask you to do besides the installation of the Android Studio. So, but for people who did not try it before, we have to go through the certain procedures. Of course, we had trouble installing Android Studio, and like the last couple of days I spent my time accessing people's computers remotely. So what can I tell you guys? Out of 8 people who contacted me, 6 people just simply did not read the instructions. And the instructions are, unfortunately, I don't know why you guys are slipping the most essential information. So for people who did not try hard, first and most, when you are in your Explorer, in order to see your SDK, you have to go to Folder and Search Options, View, and enable the boxes where all the hidden paths, hidden files, folders, and drives are checked. Okay, without that, you would not be able to see your SDK. So then we go to our SDK, and we have to find it, and it's usually in Users, My Computer Student. This folder, if you can see, it's dimmed a little bit. Application Data, and this is the reason you might not see the this folder and everything else, SDK, in this folder. It is because your file, the folder, View, Search Options, is not enabled the boxes. So please do, if you do not see it, it's gonna be there. Okay, so then app data, local, okay, Android, and this is where you would find your SDK. Okay, then we go to SDK folder, subfolder, platform tools, and what I'm trying to show you, you would need this file, adb.exe. This is pretty cool because if we get this path, okay, then we are all set for Android Studio. What I want you to do, are you guys following? This is for Windows, and you have instructions for the Mac. Just check your instructions. So what we have to do in here, you see right now this path is unusable, right? We can make it usable just clicking on it. Copy, all right? And we can open the notepad. And hold on. We're just gonna get, we're gonna save this. I need that. And hold on. Notepad, WorldPad, and just put this directory in here. Copy and paste. And just minimize it. All right? So we know our path. What do we have to do next? We probably have to start a little lecture from current slide. And this is what we're gonna learn right now. Our today's session is about the installation and distribution logs. We are not gonna slow down, Alona, because if we slow down, we're gonna spend 10 hours on Android Studio. So probably it is the best way right now just to listen, to watch. And when you have everything ready, okay, then just do it with the video where you can pause, or you can do anything you want to. I will be posting the document with the command line. So for right now, people who are able to keep up, please keep up. People who are unable to do it, don't try to do few things and try to do everything at the same time. Kirill, please, I'm not going to answer this question. I have this Android Studio structure. Everything is going to be at your convenience when the time is right. So probably the best way is to just sit, watch, relax, and revive the video when it's posted. So probably the best way to start is for people who have the Android. Everybody is having Android in your hand. I am going to connect my own Android to my computer. And you guys who did not enable developers options, you go to settings. Okay, hold on just 1 second. Let me see if my visor is gonna come up. So your device is gonna be in here. You can close that. And let me see if my visor, what is visor? It's just my screen mirroring for my device. We're gonna allow the access. All right, my device is gonna be up in a second, and you will see that, and I'll show you where to find it. So far, please go to your settings. Okay, go to settings. About the device, find the build number, guys, build number, and tap on it 7 times. Tap on the build number 7 times. After the 3rd tap, you're gonna receive the message you are 4 steps away from becoming a developer or enabling the developer's options. Okay, let me see if my my visor for some reason is not working. Why? Let me see. Close. For some reason my visor is not working today. That's interesting. It was working just fine the other day. Okay, but it's all right for now. So you have this slide. Did you enable developers options? You don't need to connect your device to the computer or anything, but if you are doing this for the first time, that's perfect, absolutely perfect. So if you go back one screen, you will see a USB debugging box. Can you see that? I want you to enable it. Please enable USB debugging box to get our device ready to be connected to your computer. All right. Seems like, let me just try one more time to start my visor, because it's going to be much easier for you and for me. All right. Yeah, sometimes all you need is just to try. That's my device, guys. It's mirroring my device. So whatever I do on my device is going to be there. So I have my developers options. Oh, this is mobile advertisement. So my developers options is here. Yours too, right? My USB debugging, if you just play with that a little bit, okay? You're gonna receive, okay, let me see why it's not, why it doesn't wanna work today the way, hold on just guys, all right. Let me see, okay. And here my device is back. So what I want you to know, the developers options, it's not just for connecting. Oh, mobile advertisement is in full process. So developers options menu is not only to connect your device to your computer, okay? Anybody is who is running developers options, you will see a whole bunch of other menus. And I want to talk to you about it because knowing what's in there will give you a really good points. So developers options menu, it contains a lot of advanced and unique features. And let's just start from the most popular ones so you would know what it is. And we're going to start with the processes start. And if you can see in here, there's a whole bunch of all processes that your device is running, and it could be running in the, it is running in the background. It gives you the idea of your RAM memory usage. So the bar graph at each menu tells you what percentage of RAM is currently in use, and the applications listing are ordered by how much memory each application is currently using. So if you basically tap the graph, you'll see the amount of time your RAM usage has been reported as normal, or otherwise you can see the types of processes that have been using your memory. Let's just go back, and the next menu that we're gonna talk about, it is RTL layout. Let me just show you. Force RTA layout menu. It is a very cool developer's options, and it's mostly just a fun way to experience your phone in a new layout, guys. Especially if your phone, you want to use your system language, if it's set to Arabic, Urdu, or Hebrew. Anybody is having such a phone? Anybody? Urdu, Arabic, Hebrew. So this is something you can change orientation of almost all elements on your screen, and it will switch to right to left layout. Then we have the Windows and transition animation scales. So there's two menus. Is this menu, okay? And also the transition animation scale. Let me explain what it is. So Windows animation scale affects transitions that occur within application, like for example pop-ups. And transition animation scale deals with the animations that take place when you are switching between apps. So a third similar option, there is a animated duration scale, but when you're playing with this, it only affects certain loading animations. So but guys, you know why all this needed? So if you if you're experiencing some kind of the problems with your animations, you basically can speed up the animations, and if you set this value lower than 1x, you see, lower than 1x, you can put it on 0.5x, then your phone will feel a lot of snapper. So on the other hand, if you like to see the animations, for example, in a slow motions, you can set values to a higher number. Got it with this one? All right. Next, very, very popular menu in developers options is force GPU rendering. So this one is just the box, if you can see. If you are experiencing graphical like sluggishness in some applications, you can enable this box. So as of version 4.0, Android now uses your device's dedicated graphics processor to render two-dimensional objects by default, but some applications, however, haven't been updated to take advantage of this faster method of rendering graphics. So, the higher the operating system, then, less problems it's experiencing. But if you are using, for example, the older devices, then it might be a problem. Then we have show GPU, show CPU usage. Let me just get in here. So you can enable this box, and it is handy if you ever wondered what's going on behind the scenes on your Android device. So if you enable CPU usage toggle, then you'll instantly see an overlay on your screen. If I don't know, when I started showing it to you, my CPU usage was showing, and you see guys? So, and this is because I accidentally enabled it because I was practicing, all these menus before I started our session. So if you want to see, it's right here. Then we have the GPU rendering profile. Let me show you this. You can, are you guys following? Are you able to, what, very bad sound? Is it for everybody? Very bad sound. All right. Fine. Norm. Didn't change anything, guys? Disappears now, it's fine. Maybe because I turned my computer a little bit. So, all right. Voice is fine. All right, good. So, Arthur, let me see. Normal. Everything is great. Sometimes interrupts. But is it audible? Are you able to hear everything? Too closer to microphone, like metal voice. All right. Okay, guys. Next time, what we're gonna do is I will take Mikhail's microphone, and I will take the other microphone. All right. So anyway, guys, let's just see the GPU rendering profile. You can set it to show on screen as bars, and you can just use it if you are comparing graphics performance for different applications on your system. Then we have another pretty useful menu. It says limit background processes, and when I start showing you logs, guys, you will see the amount of different processes that are going on even when you are not touching your phone. So and it is pretty much a good thing when your device doesn't have too much RAM, and you can just select the limit background processes to like a 1 at most, or no background processes. So only the application that you are running is gonna be in use. So we are done with the developers options in here. What I want you to always take a look at before you start Android Studio, it's basically our devices are often connected as the camera, okay? But sometime it is recommended to go to your device manager and see if your device is listed in a portable devices without any problems. So when you first connect your device to the computer, and I was mentioning that in your homework, when you connect your device to the computer, it is the way to see if you have a correct USB driver, okay? If for some reason in this category your device having the yellow mark, the yellow exclamation mark or triangle, it depends on the operating system, you just go and check what is my model number, and it is always in about device. So my model number, the device name, the model number is in here. It's in here. On your device is, of course, it's different from mine. So what you have to do, you just have to write down the model number, then just go to and Google USB driver for the model number and download it. How to fix that? Again, I mentioned it in the homework, but knowing how you guys like to, check instructions, I do not believe in humanity anymore. So right-click in here, you can uninstall the problem, and then try again and scan for the hardware changes, and then show the directory where your USB driver is located in case it came to you in a package, not like one executable. When it's just one executable, you can double click, right? And that's it. All right, my dear people, assuming we have everything ready, and I type 1 when you have everything set. Who is all set? Vlad, Arthur, nice. All right, so can we continue? All right, right now we're gonna continue. There are 2 ways to start Android Studio. All right, if you recently updated your Android Studio, or you haven't opened it, it was open for some time, it's always better to start new project. Okay, you start the new project, go through the default settings. The biggest thing, guys, you absolutely have to wait until Android Studio gradles and the processes are ready. Okay, so it's usually the message going on in at the bottom of the Android Studio. Then you're gonna have the progress bar in here, and only when you guys are all set, you can start. So in this case, what we're gonna do, you remember our document file, right? In here. So when we open Android Studio, there is a weird directory in here. We do not need that. We don't want anything. Your directory is going to be different from mine. You know, everybody is going to have something. What we do, we open our notepad, we copy the path, and to change the directory, because we need our ADB.exe. To change the directory, we type cd change directory, which what it means, and Control V. And now we are in correct directory. How many people are in correct directory? Type 2. How many people? Very nice. All right. Now, guys, let's do something nice, okay? Let's create an emulator, okay? So this is little droid and the phone. This is AVD Manager, Android Virtual Device, emulator. If you have emulator already created, started, okay, you don't need to remove it. Very nice. I have it too. But guys, people who are creating the first time, you're gonna have a little bit different screen. You're not gonna have my device for sure, okay? You're gonna have a prompt in the middle of the screen, create virtual device. Let's just create any device. What I recommend you guys do, use the least resolution device. I'm gonna do Nexus 1. Press next. I have Marshmallow already downloaded, so I'm gonna use the same one, but it's absolutely up to you to download any operating system, and these are the most popular operating systems. I know when you went to SDK, you downloaded something. You downloaded APIs, you know, under advanced program interface, the communication channels, but you did not load an actual operating system. So we usually load the operating systems while we are creating the device. If you can take a look, okay, in here, it is listing operating system and looks good to me. API level 23, and you know that each operating system is coming with its own APIs. Guys, what I recommend, create the simplest device. So, what is it nice to open on Galaxy 7? All this setting first. I was needed to click 7 times to build number, talk to your developers. Now it's too late, I guess, to follow you. Well, David, I'm sorry. You know, we have lots of people in here, so you'll just need to rewatch the video. The baby is cute, your wife is cute too. So anyway, just do it in default. Next, what I want you to know one thing in here, and this is an essential information. If you go to graphics, okay, Android Studio is so picky right now. I want you to put software graphics, and this is a graphics library, okay? So for software, the graphics library is software GLES2. I want you to put it in here. What happens, this is for Windows, guys. So if you did not put if you leave it in automatic settings, your emulator will come up, but at the same time it's gonna give you the black screen. It's gonna load forever, and you're not gonna get anywhere. It is because of the different kinds of the graphics that is going on, but not the correct ones. Understand? All right. So just leave hardware untouched. We are changing the graphics to software GLES 2.0, and we are finishing. Now, people who are creating the first time, okay, just wait, okay? Why? Because Android Virtual Device is the emulator, guys. And because we were, choosing the device, we are building an actual device, virtual device. So emulators is building the hardware. So that's why it takes some time to do that. So you just have to be patient while it's finishing building. While it's when it's done, you will understand. You know, it will automatically prompt you back to this screen. Okay? So before running any emulator, you can change the settings. You can change anything. So you create it, but at the same time you can change anything. And of course, you know, you can check it in a portrait and a landscape. Just make sure graphics is set. So we are in here, and we can run any. So let's start running. Okay, and again, you will receive a message in Android Studio. You can minimize that. So, and missing initial data partition. Let me see what's going on. Oh, everything was good before. Let me see. Sometimes it just, you know, Android Studio is giving hard time, but it's okay. If you're having some problems, like I told you, go to File and Create New. And when the new project is loading, all the updates are applied. So you have to be patient with this one. So let's just wait until it's created, and then we can continue doing that. You guys creating? All right. How many have your emulators up? Type 3. Or loading, or have it up. All right. So we have some people who are, all right, up, loading. So let's just wait a little bit. While it's loading, guys, I forgot to mention one important thing. You know, sometimes we are using other people's computers, or some computers that we did not set up, or to our own needs, and we are using somebody's. So while it's loading, let me show you what to do. Make sure, guys, that okay, my emulator is up, but I need to go there. So how to set your Android Studio to administrative mode, because sometimes the Android Studio, if it's not set to administrative mode, it might give you lots of limitations. So basically, my Android Studio is located in here, right? You have to find your folder, right-click, Properties. You have to go to the Security. So, and if you're not in administrative mode, you have to set it, permissions for authenticated users. And if you need to change the permissions, you have to click Edit, and the boxes is gonna be presented. And if you put everything on allow, you are gonna be using your Android Studio in administrative mode. I have a beautiful emulator. Also, I have my device is here, but how is it reflected in Android Studio? Let's put it up. All right, just a moment, guys. Let me work a little bit in here so we can, okay. It's giving me, all right, come on, please, just do it. Doesn't want to cooperate, just a little. All right, here we go. All right. You probably don't need to see my device. It is there, we know, right? So we're just gonna minimize it. We're gonna see how it's gonna be. So now it's a serious thing. The very first command line to see if the devices or how many devices are connected to Android Studio. Do you guys able to see this document? Can you see this document? All right, nice. All right. So, first and most, the command line that we always use first in Android Studio is ADB devices. ADB is an Android debugging bridge. It's a versatile command tool. All ADB command lines are based on a Linux. So we're going to learn a little bit how to use these commands in Android Studio. All right, ADB devices. Let's check if our Android Studio ADB devices. We always type in a lowercase letter. And if you can see, my Android virtual device is listed as the emulator 5554, and my real device is listed by my unique serial number. Now, very interesting thing. Do we have any people that have the real device listed is unauthorized? Unauthorized. Anybody? All right. Very nice. Very good. So, this is what you have to do. Now we need my device. I'm going to show you how to do that. So you go to Settings. You go to the Developers Options menu. More. Developers Options. Underneath USB debugging menu, you have the submenu Revoke USB debugging authorizations. Click on it once. Confirm. Okay. Now, turn off developers options. Turn it on back. Again, enable USB debugging. Okay. Just a moment, guys. My device is coming up in a second. And confirm. When you receive the message, confirm, always allow this computer. All right, let me just reboot it. Hold on. All right. Let me restart my visor so you guys can see it, my device. Because I do not use the paid version, of course. Hold on just 1 second. All right, open. Oh, for some reason it doesn't want to open anymore. Okay, let me see if I can disconnect my device. And okay, just 1 second. My visor is not working anymore. But you allow your computer, allow this computer, press OK. Okay. And now my visor is on. So, and by now your device, if you go back to Android Studio, your device, type ADB devices, and your device is gonna be authorized. How's it going? Did you try? Svetlana? Sometime it takes, on and off to get your computer recognized. Svetlana, are you here? Is it authorized now? All right. So, anyway, this is the way to fix the problem with the devices when it is unauthorized. All right? So, what are we doing now? We have two devices, okay? Very, very simple procedure, guys. Your device looks different to me. For me, I'm sorry, I do not understand how the device looks different to you, to me especially, okay? So, anyway, guys, now, sometime, because we have, we can connect multiple real devices, okay? It's sometimes it's complicated, you know, to see what is it about these devices, what the operating system, or what is it we have. And, you know, because it's listed by the serial number, so there is actually no information. So if you guys need to repeat the command, where you have these arrows up, down, left, and right, okay? So what you can do, up arrow will bring the last command, so the more you type, the command lines are gonna be there. So you don't need to retype. But if we put -L, which is list, okay, then it'll give us the information about each device. All right? So, another thing, this information is not complete sometimes, okay? And when we want to, if we have more than one or two devices, we need to separate these devices in each command line. So, easy as it can be if you have only two devices, okay? If you have only two devices, the easiest way to separate by knowing that emulator, you can list it as -E, and your real device, -D for device, the first letter, -E is for emulator. And here, all right, this is your unauthorized device. So ADB devices -L will give you all information. Real device -D. But if you have one more than this, okay, then you will separate your devices by -S and the serial number. You will need to do copy, -S, and copy. But this is only when you have more than two devices, different, more than two real devices, or that it has to be separated by the serial number. Otherwise, it's -E and -D. Now, we have a very, very cool thing. We can get an information for each of your device, and we can use all right, but which one? Okay, let's just get, and you have to understand the device separation goes right after the ADB. So I want to get the product and the model information about my real device. So I just put -D, and my device is product name SPH L710. Okay. What if I want to do it for the emulator? Oops. Sorry, guys. ADB -E because it's emulator. And it's going to tell me that my emulator came from SDK built for 86 file system. All right, the next command line that we're going to go through is we need a product and device. Same thing. We're going to do one at a time. For our device, -D. syntax is important. This is a unique number for this device. Same for the emulator. And the third command line for this particular command line, we want to know what is the version and build number for this particular device. For my real device, and the version number is 4.4.2. So it is very important, guys, to get through the syntaxes. Now, we need to see what kind of the applications, what kind of packages are being installed. And we're going to start our next session with installing the application, the APK file manually. So, but for today, we just have 10 minutes left. We're just going to play around a little bit with our real device. So, hold on. How to get package information. So when we are installing the application, we can install the application with any name that we want to rename. You can rename this application to 1.apk, which is an Android package file. That is application itself. But when we install this APK, the system is not recognizing APK as the valid format anymore because it is an executable file and everything else is becoming a package. So basically, what we have to do, we have to get an information, and right now, because our application is not installed, we're just going to get the general information of the packages that my real device has. Here we usually do it from shell. And you have to understand that, guys, once you are in shell, ADB is not working any longer. So there is a command line for packages, and the command line is PM, which is the package manager, list packages, and let's just play around with that. It will give you every single package name. What is the package? Package is the application. So if you see this com.something something something, you can play around with the application, and you can do any manipulation with the application on the system level. Okay, if it's not protected, then it's cool, but you have to know the package name. Also, we need to know the path. How to know the path? Same thing, but again, here the arrows don't work. PM, list packages, -F. -F will give you a complete path where this package is being installed, and you can find it. So basically, what you can do, you can, for example, get a Lomotif package information. Okay? Do you have Lomotif installed? There is a. Do you have Lomotif installed on your devices, guys? Android devices? All right. So for Lomotif, we're gonna use a command line. Let me just exit. To get out from shell, you exit. Okay. The following one, we're gonna play for Lamotive. So again, ADB minus D, my device shell, right? Yours too. We are in shell. PM list packages minus F to get an information. Now we are using a special command which calls grep. Okay, grep is the extractor, and if you only need the package name for some particular application, what you use, there is a left slash button. I want you to find the left slash button. Okay, it's near the 7 probably on my computer. I want you to put Shift and Tab, and you're gonna get this cute little bar. Okay, then you space grep, and you're gonna be using a keyword that the application has. Okay, in our case it is Lamotive. Okay, let me see if I have Lamotive installed on this device. If not, it's gonna return the error. Yes, I do. So grep Lamotive, and believe it or not, this is my package name for Lamotive, com.lamotive.android. So I can manipulate with this certain package at every time if I want to. So anyway, you understand? If you just want to see packages, you have to work from shell. Okay, ADB command is not working in shell, and then use the grep command. Use syntaxes, okay, for that, and we can manipulate with anything. Try like Facebook, for example. Okay, grep Facebook, for example. See what kind of packages. You see, Facebook is not gonna give oh, in here I do not see Facebook because my computer, this device is not connected. But I'm gonna try Amazon. You guys try something else. You see, Amazon package is com Amazon shop, and basically you can use any application because everything you see on your phone. Okay, like let's try Gmail. Maybe it'll, because everything is the application. Gmail, oh, it's not connected. Okay, YouTube. The main thing, you have to just put the keyword, not to get confused. Is this clear, guys? It's pretty clear. All right. So when I this time, what I want you to do, what I am going to give you in instructions to transfer the APK, which is an application, okay, that you're not gonna get from the Play Store, from Google Play, and just transfer this application. I'm gonna give you instructions in the homework. This application should look like COM United Mobile APK, but right now in your Google Drive, okay guys, just a moment, in your Google Drive, in our directory, there is a folder, APK, Okay, I have so many processes running, so I just my laptop is becoming slow in here. Okay, hold on. Let's see if I can do. So anybody can see the, it's gonna open up later. So hold on, I'm gonna show you and give you an instructions so we can continue our Android Studio. Next time we are here, I'm just gonna see your class. And you see how many classes I had, guys. And everybody is having, all right, here's yours. All right, now listen carefully while it's opening. The directory is APK Android. Are you with me? APK Android. You just need to open this directory. And all I want you to do, this is a weird extension, right? It is there for, it serves its purpose because it is the application that we're going to test. It is just for testing purposes only. If I put APK in here, okay, as an extension, every time you will try to transfer this file to your computer, it will try to install. So I made this extension unusable. All right, so what I want you to do, to just download this file to the same directory where your ADB.exe is located and change 111 to .apk. The instructions also in here. Okay, so what I want you to do is just try to install this application on your device. Please do it. All right, and go through this exercise, and then when we come back we will continue. All right, please do not mess up my copy. All right, and I'm wishing you guys a very nice weekend, and we will see each other next Monday. I hope today wasn't too bad, guys, and like I said, it is the first time that I am showing Android Studio live with my students and practice what we just tried to do, whatever I showed you. And yes, please update every single component that Android Studio is giving you, okay? If you receive a notification of update, please do. And at the same time, like I said, file, new project. And when you create the new project, it's very fast, but you make sure that, I'll show you right now in a second. Finish. You see, everything is getting updated. So before you start doing something else, please, guys, just create the new project and wait until Android Studio is indexing, then updating your Gradle. It is a safe way to keep your Android Studio up to date. All right, thank you so much, guys. Your homework is gonna be posted tomorrow, but like I said, let's try to install the application.